Harbinger, this is Wingspan on Board Game Arena, and I will try to find someone to play, and I'll post the game until we can find our opening hand. Okay, so we're playing a player rated 274. We should have a good chance on winning this game, but players around 300 are usually good enough that they can take a game off you if you are not focused. I don't like Backyard Birder, so I don't think I'm gonna take that. Falconer is just an okay enough bonus card, I think. So that seems like a thing we could do. We need to find some way to get eggs into cavity nests. For example, the red-headed woodpecker, red-headed woodpecker are good options of that. We have the option of going spotted towhee and red-headed woodpecker as two birds that go into the grasslands to gain us food there, but only gaining grains is not quite good enough, I think. But it's a start, at least. We can take the Carolina chickadee here. It's a cheap bird in the forest, and gets us up to this place. We don't have too much for wetlands action, so I think we need to find to put something in there so we can do stuff about in the future. Maybe the red-headed woodpecker is just that, and that way we can translate eggs into more cards later. I still think we take Falconer over Backyard Birder, even though we keep both of these. So maybe we keep the Great Horned Owl just to have something to work towards. It's very expensive to play. Makes us keep fewer cards around. Nah, I think we need the initial food a little bit more than we need a big payout card down the line. Scrap these foods so we can play out these birds a little bit earlier. And keep the Falconer card. We can also pick up the American Kestrel if the opportunity arises. But I do think the opponent might go for that since they are first. No, they don't. Okay. Do we... Okay, they are going for a grasslands game here. Okay. Do I want to take the Kestrel just so they can get it? It's a bird. They can play with the food they gain from here, so yeah, it's good for us. It gets us up to here, so we can get three eggs a turn. I like it. I also like the puffin, but again, the puffin is also very expensive, and of course, it pops up another one that can be played there for the correct egg types and stuff. So if the opponent wants it, they can at least get one now. And they eat the... they go and take the rodent for some reason. I don't really stress about that. We can play out the Carolina chickadee, and we can play out the spotted towhee. And we can work towards getting food and eggs so we can play the red-headed woodpecker. And then we can continue to draw some more cards. If we can pick up the barn owl at the during this round here, that would be very cool. But if we can't do it, it's also okay. It's not something I'm really eager to pick up, but it's decently high scoring for us for a limited amount of food paid. And it can be played just anywhere. We can use it as a second bird in the wetlands, a second bird in the forest. So it has a multitude of uses. Remainder of food for the woodpecker is just going to be two grains we pick up while activating the grasslands here, I think. Lots of high-scoring wetlands birds. Usually, I experience that lower rated players will pick up these bonus cards birds a lot higher than other players. And it's like, yeah, they are good to play out, but you are spending your entire action here just picking up one single card, and they are very expensive to play out. So yes, when you're playing it out, it's going to be a pretty good play, but you are spending so much time setting up that good play that it might not be a good play long term. So right, we are putting eggs into the correct nest type here, and we are gaining food that we need to play this guy at the same time. And while the opponent spent their time picking up that bird they were going to there, and they're taking food for it, we are winning the round end goal. So it is an opportunity cost to spend your actions picking up birds that are in theory really good, but if they don't help you achieve these round end goals, they aren't that good long term. And is it coming out now, the whooping crane? Yes, it is. So yeah, it's like, yeah, they have a point lead now, but they only have one action cube left. They can't get on board for the round end here, so they are just so it's like, yeah, they got another bonus card. They have one bird here, they have a bird here, but the point lead is going to diminish when we're getting points on round 1 here, and we also get to play out our stuff and do things. We don't need to worry too much about eggs in the upcoming 2 rounds, so we don't have to activate the grasslands until we want to use it to generate points. So I think we can afford to draw a few cards and find out precisely what we want to do in the future. We could, for example, pick up the Great Blue Heron and the Atlantic Puffin. We do need a lot of food production to make that happen, but it can be done, I think. But yeah, it's a little bit it's something you should be like I say this guy, he shouldn't pick this guy up just with that, but like now I'm gonna pick up some cards, but since I have unlocked this second row here, I can pick up a card and I can transfer one of the eggs, which is the easiest resource for me to get into another card. So I can pick up 2 cards at the same time, and I can take a food with this guy. So this is a much better habitat than he has. I'm gonna take the Great Blue Heron. Gonna eat 1 egg out of a spotted townie to also pick up the Atlantic Puffin. And I'm going to take a grain here. Now, playing these guys is not an immediate concern of me. I rather want to wait until the last parts of the game to just dump these guys out as a point dump, so we can do other stuff in between. For example, pick up a yellow rumped warbler, and the card we can cycle to it seems like a really good idea. Gets us access to 2 food dice a turn and gets us another point in the forest. So pick up this guy, and let's discard once again to draw another card, and neither of these are too interesting with regards to my bonus cards and the round ends, so I will draw from the deck here. Eastern Screech Owl is actually really good for us. It's a 1 food cost bird that is worth 4 + 2 points and can maybe gain us more. So I will take that. Actually, let's take this grain instead, since we can utilize this guy as a worm later. And we need worms, we don't need grains. Now, the next bird we should play is the yellow rumped. Then we should take food and get enough food to play the American Kestrel. Then the question is, what do we discard to the yellow rumped warbler so we can draw up a new card? And we don't really have a good answer for that. So maybe we need to consider to scrap either the Kestrel or the Screech Owl. I'd love to keep the Kestrel around, since it gets us to the third area over here. the third egg over here, which we need to just make this action a lot more efficient. Or maybe we can just turn a grain into an egg here, since we don't really plan to use grains for the current stuff we are playing out. Maybe. Could also consider to play a bubble link down the line. It eats grain, which we overproduce, and it gives us some eggs back without us having to activate the grasslands. Activating the grasslands for us is 2 points and a food, or 3 points and no food in general. While this guy, we play it out for 3 food and we gain 4 points and some eggs. I do think we want to draw some more cards. These are endgame scorers for us. This is here. This is just a good short-term scoring card for us, and this guy will help us cycle. So we need stuff to cycle here. American Crow. Okay, that changes everything. Everything, I tell you. Okay, so what just happened here? Let's see. Take this one instead. So the American Crow is a secondary food producer that can go in the grasslands. That means we can, instead of focusing on the food production in the forest, we can just lean a lot more into food production in the grasslands. And it's so lucky for me that I get this and not the opponent. Building out the grasslands is also the round end goal, so it's just perfectly fine to do this. And now we can lay 2 eggs and gain 2 food at the same time. One of them is forced into being a grain, so that's not too great, but it is totally okay. So now eggs should no longer be a problem for us, and I think we should just prioritize getting food for the kestrel. Spotted Towie will gain us grains. If we get birds that we want to play out that eat grains, that is lovely, and we will pick up and play those. But otherwise, we'll just utilize the grains as a 2-for-1 food. I think. Do we play the yellow-rumped warbler now? I don't think so. It is an okay bird for utility to get you up here and to just draw your cards, but we don't intend to activate this habitats anymore. Maybe we could if we play the Screech Owl there, so we can just get 2 food dice instead of 1. But I think that's like a case for when we have run out of egg space. It's like, okay, we can get 1 specific and 1 general food out of here, while here we can get 2 and some points which we can't get if we have run out of egg space. But until we run out of egg space, I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Also, I think we could consider is just playing the yellow build Cuckoo. The opponent also doesn't have a developed forest, so it will be completely devastating for them to have to give us eggs every time they get 2 eggs and a worm. So there is also that. I'm just gonna play the kestrel here. They could have like a mountain bluebird and something else here, but I feel pretty confident at least that they can't beat us if we have 3 birds here. At most they can catch us, but playing this guy also is just good point generation for us, and it allows us to reroll these dice in the bird feeder and maybe get another point. Okay, so they could like have a house wren mountain bluebird into a turkey vulture or something. That could, or a California condor, that could give them 4, and they have the eggs for it. But if they have that, let them have it, and I will just play my game, and they can play their game. But then they have to have specifically those 3 cards at hand here. Okay, let's work towards the each screech owl here. And I guess we could just like save up 10 grain and play the Great Blue Heron into the Atlantic Puffin Heroes as well. So what am I particularly looking for in the game here? I want. Okay, that's pretty good for us. I mean, the opponent can get even more worms here, but we already have a better specific food generation. So I really want both of these. The opponent is telegraphing they will give us a lot of worms, so picking up the Hooded Warbler would be great for us. This is just a very high scoring card for us, that will get us up to 4 eggs. I'm pretty sure the opponent will take this because a lot of people recognize this as being a good card, but they don't. Okay. I guess they will have a hard time getting the rodent or something. I'd also love to pick up the common merganser. It's another bird that eats grains for us. So it's like 3 grains or 1 fish in a random card. It's 7 points for us. Lots of egg capacity for the final round and goal. We kind of need a little bit more to catch up. Yeah, drawing cards here is at least very good. Both of these are better for us short and long term, so this one would be the best one for the opponent. Maybe we deny them that. Yeah, maybe they don't recognize that this is really good for me, so I can just take this one and this one. This one's going to be played with the food the opponent gives us, and start caching these grains. We are overproducing grains by a lot here. There's that California condor they could have had. White-faced ibis is also a really good card for them to play out. They produce a lot of worms, so okay, they take the condor. I guess they want a bonus card they can play with the food they have. It's fine. Let's play out the Road Runner immediately for lots of surplus grains. And oh yeah, okay, now I get it. They want a California condor because they need something to put into the forest, and I denied them the Hooded Warbler. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. We could play the yellow-billed Coco and start getting eggs when they lay eggs, but we don't have any eggs to put in, or a nest this guy can put eggs into just quite yet, so it's like a cute play we can do to make the day of the opponent worse, but I'm not really too into forcing myself to do that. Let's just focus on getting the Eastern Screech Owl and the Hooded Warbler into the forest if need be. Bald Eagle gone, and let's see, eat one of these eggs, and currently we can produce a fish, because I still think it's a fairly reasonable thing for the opponent to do, to activate their grass dance and give everybody a grain, so I can play the Eastern Screech Owl, give everybody a worm. I guess we could also take in a worm for the Hooded Warbler. Yeah. We're gonna need a fish down long term anyway, and we're gonna utilize the grains for other stuff long term anyways. I think it's fine. They did give me the worm here, so I'm just gonna pretend that oh, I didn't realize. Great Gret is gone. Okay, that's just like a better Great Heron for converting additional food into points. Take that egg and produce me a worm. Produce me some more grains. And now we can play both the Hooded Warbler and the Eastern Screech Owl if they are matching us here. There it is, they play a Cerulean Warbler, taking more bonus cards. And it's like, usually a lot of players like to play a lot of bonus card birds, but they also often don't play enough birds that they actually get any points out of those bonus cards. So it's basically they're fishing for a really good they're fishing for a scenario where they can win instead of just developing a board that lets them win. You have a 8-point lead, but we should respect the fact that they actually have 4 bonus cards now. They could like have Rhododentalist, Omnivore, Verticulturalist, and all of those cards actually give them 3 or 4 points each. No, 2 or 3 points each. So they could have a decent chunk of points on their bonus card. But it's like it's hard to get the it's hard to play 8 of the correct birds when you have only 6 birds played. So there is that. They did not play on another bird here, so I know if I play this Eastern Screech Owl, it's not only a 4-pointer, which is also a 6-pointer, but it's also a 9-pointer, because it guarantees we win this. So it's perfectly fine for us to overpay by paying 2 additional grains here, even though it cuts into our ability to play the Great Blue Heron into the Atlantic Puffin combo. But I also have a decent hope that we will be able to play that pretty soon. We are getting to take fish here guaranteed, and we're getting half a fish from this grain, so we can already play the puffin with the stuff we already have. Great Blue Heron also comes later, and then we will have 6 food potential in 6 eggs potential in the grasslands, and the opponent has 5. So they would need to develop something to beat us at it. But it's not unlikely that they can do it, since they have 4 cards in hand. Reroll stuff in the bird feeder, eat 1 of these eggs, take another fish, and yeah, okay, now we can actually play this combo, because the opponent also gave us a worm. So we will play this now, so we have enough time to lay eggs into these guys as well. Opponent plays like a Sandpiper. No, a white-breasted nuthatch. That's a very weak play for this part of the game. You're not getting to activate this. You pay an egg for it, so I guess you're going to need the egg space anyway. But it's a very weak play. So, and to play this, you gave me a food. So yeah. I'm guessing they need the white for the cerulean white indigo. Maybe you need it for that, or maybe they have anatomist, scissor-tailed, white-breasted. So maybe it's a 4-point play, but that gives you more egg space. But yeah, I think it's no, we were supposed to play a combo. No. Okay, it's fine. We can afford skip now. We don't need to eat more eggs. But okay, I need to jab a little bit less and actually focus up here. And now they're taking food? That can't be right. Taking food is 1-point play. Okay, maybe they get access to play a bird that's worth more than 3 points. So yeah, usually taking food and playing more birds in the end of the game is not that good, because you build up your grasslands, and they haven't really done that. So I guess it makes sense. Make sure to not eat eggs out of the wetlands here. Play the Great Blue and the Atlantic Puffin. These fish looks like fish, but one of those fish were actually double grains. And here we get some more bonus cards. Okay, so they don't have a photographer, but yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much. And yeah, like we have played 10 cards and we just randomly hit the first tier on one of these bonus cards. The opponent hasn't played nearly as many birds as me, so I think it is unlikely they have tier 1 on all of these bonus cards. Maybe they have tier 2 and 1 and tier 1 and 2, and they have like 10 bonus card points. But just playing more birds on the bonus card points you do have is often a lot better than just playing random bonus cards. Drawing random bonus cards. So seeing this, I think they might have Forester. So they have Forester at 4 points now, and they spent so many turns just to get 4 points on one bonus card. They played this bird worth 1 point, this bird worth 1 point, so they get 6 points from the entirety of round 4. That's not that good. And in the meantime, I stole 6 points from them by snagging round 4 here. So yeah, that's just how a lot of experience in how the game flow works and what you should do towards the end of the game and such. That is how player rated 400 is winning a lot of these matches against the 300 rated players, because they don't see the lines that are actually going to get them the most amount of points. So I think they have like 10 points on bonus cards here. Based on it not being too easy for them to get the correct stuff here. There's 10, and okay, they have 13. They have tier 1 on all of the bonus cards. It's fine. It's not like this is worrisome to me, because they needed like 20 points on bonus cards to get close, at least. No, 20 would put them at 77. So they focused a lot on trying to make this work, and they couldn't make that work, while I focused on making my engine work and just did the bonus cards if it was relevant or worked together with what I was already doing. So yeah, 102 points, pretty decent score. Opponent gave us some resources, so we didn't really do all of that ourselves. Pretty lucky to already have the spotted Towie in the opening hand and finding the American Crow. Maybe if the opponent found the Crow instead, they would have been in a lot better shape than they ended up in. But yeah, I found this. We pivoted into a grasslands build and we made it work. And yeah, the opponent started with a similar hand. They had us Indigo Bunting that produces worms and cherries. It's more conditional since it needs to be in a bird feeder, so it's a little bit harder to make this thing work, and it's also a little bit more expensive, but it has more food variety than the spotted Towie, so it's less dependent on it's less dependent on finding specifically a crow. If the opponent would, we didn't see any hummingbirds in this game, so maybe the opponent was just hoping to find a hummingbird or something, but they didn't really. I didn't really find them searching through a lot more cards to make that happen. We should also just acknowledge that we were also very lucky with the amount of, with the power of the cards we drew there, because we did go here and spent eggs to draw up a lot more cards every now and then, and I do think that we just saw cards that fit our game a lot better in the bird feeder than the opponent did, and we just pulled this 6 points for one food bird, and we are decently lucky with the cards we drew. But I think also we could have had a lot worse luck and still won this game, because it's a 30-point difference, which is almost 50% more than what they had. But yeah, what would I have done differently if I was the opponent? I definitively wouldn't have played the whooping crane as the first animal in the wetlands, especially since we didn't have any food production. So when you don't have any food production, it is very, very expensive to play a 3 food cost birds. So basically, you need to go here 3 times or go here 3 times, and then you can play this guy out just to get 1 more egg capacity, which doesn't really fit too good together with the rest of this thing. So yeah, it was just really hard for them to get the snowball rolling, because they started with so little snow. When they had down these 2 guys, I had down the Carolina Chickadee, I had down the Spotted Towie, I had down the Red-Headed Woodpecker, and I was starting to find my the rest of my engine. And also, so like a lot of people talk about the first player getting the first pick of the 3 cards in the bird tray, which of course is a very good thing to be in the control of in this game. But I think also being the second player means that you're going first in the round 2 bird tray, and that also could be very good, because yes, first player gets first pick in the first bird tray, but they only get to pick 1 card. While the second player, they can set up their wetlands and have a lot more benefit of that first choose in the bird tray second round thing. Yeah, I think that's enough talk about this game here. If you enjoy this series, please let me know by liking the video, commenting on it, or yeah, just doing anything else. With that, I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. This has been Harbinger, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.